Hello, lovely people. I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, Raina Reads Stuff. I'm here in the book shack. I know it's Monday, but I've got a load of tags to catch up on, and Pat tagged me again today in a tag called the 101 Days of Summer. So I'm going to start by doing the one that I was tagged in most recently, which is that. Thank you, Pat, for the tag. This is a new tag, and it was created by Duane at the Reading Room 1972. And there are 9 prompts and a tag people prompt. They are all designed to celebrate the tropes of summer. So, without further ado, let's go. Question 1. BBQ Time. Pick a favourite author. They're inviting you to a barbecue to announce their newest work. What do you hope they are announcing? What are you bringing to share? Well, I am going to go for J.L. Carr. I don't care what he's announcing because I will read pretty much anything that he's written. And this is a nice summer book. It's very short. It's not going to take up much of your time, but it's beautiful, and I would recommend it to everybody. What am I going to take with me? Well, I think it would probably be... I'd probably take some bread. I make a mean rosemary and sea salt focaccia. Phil and I both love baking bread. And I absolutely adore focaccia, and it goes great with barbecues. So yes, I think that's what I'll take. Question number 2. Road trip. Pick a real world setting from a recent or not so recent read. Where would that road trip take you? I am reading The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck and savouring every word. So I'm heading for Route 66, which I believe celebrates its anniversary next year, 100th anniversary. That would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be a great road trip. I love a road trip. Absolutely love a road trip. Question number 3. Camping. Do you rough it? Say tent and a sleeping bag, or do you require amenities? Will you read more than usual? I was a great camper. We started going camping when we were kids. My parents, I am the eldest of 4 kids. I've mentioned it before, but for those who are new to the channel, both of my brothers have Down syndrome, and looking after them was quite a full-on role. So my parents and my sister and I are 5.5 years apart, which is not that much now, but when you're a kid, it's bigger, it appears bigger. So my parents always used to let both my sister and I take a friend each on holiday. So there would be my mum and dad, 6 kids, 2 of which had Down syndrome, and the safest place for us to be was in a tent, really. We could disturb fewer people in a tent than in a posh hotel. So we used to go camping all the time. And I carried on. As an adult, I carried on going camping regularly. In fact, I took my kids out of school for, actually they were out of school for a couple of years, but for about 6 months of that time, we spent living in a tent in France, bumming around in France. It's not the amenities or lack of that I would struggle with. What I would struggle with now is getting off a lilo on the floor. I'm getting too creaky, too old and creaky to sleep on the floor. I like bed. And so, I don't know. As much as I would love to go camping again, the last time Phil and I went camping was probably about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But he particularly struggles to get up off the floor, particularly if it's gone down a bit overnight. So I would probably not camp now. Question number 4. Oh, will I read more than usual? Yes. I would probably read. I like, when I am away, I like to find out about the local area. So I purchase books like this, Nottingham Folk Tales. If I was, I don't know, say I was in Wales, I'd buy probably a book of Welsh folk tales, myths and legends, definitely ghost stories. You can get all of that sort of thing in most touristy tat shops, which I love. I love a touristy tat shop. And then possibly some local history as well. And that is the same anywhere in the world I am, as long as I can get them in English, because I'm not great at reading in any other language. Oh, the questions have gone. Question number 4, festivals. You're attending a Booktube festival where dressing as one of your favourite literary characters is the only requirement. Who do you go dressed as and why? Well, if you're talking festivals, you're talking summer usually. And I love the summer events. I could go dressed as a cowgirl, I suppose. But I'm thinking it would be much more fun for this to be a book trek festival, a Booktube book trek festival, the summer of Star Trek. And I would either go as B'Elanna Torres, who is half Klingon, half human, or Ro Laren, who is a Bajoran and who wears a really funky earring that sort of goes all the way down her ear. That would be quite fun. See, the other alternative is something like Jane Austen July, and I just can't see myself dressed as a 18th century lady. No, Ro Laren or B'Elanna Torres. That's what I'm going for. Question number 5, slice of life. What is something others may consider simple or mundane, but something you can't see a summer without? I need to sit outside and read. I need to sit in my garden and read. I will walk to the park and read. I need to read outside. I like outside. I like particularly reading outside. I don't, however, like direct sunlight. So I have a huge umbrella over our garden table and read outside when I can block the sunshine. I like to see the sunshine, but I don't want it hitting me. So that's something. It's very simple. It's a very simple thing, but I love it. And I can't imagine a summer without it. Was that 5? Yes, it was. Question number 6, scary story. Which author would you invite to go camping with you, knowing you would want to hear the scariest story they can tell around the campfire? I am, and always have been, a huge fan of ghost stories. I love them. And I would therefore, I'd ask Susan Hill to come with me. Now, I like A Woman in Black, but I prefer this, The Small Hand. And this is great. She could tell me as many ghost stories as she could dream up, and I would sit and listen. That would be fun. Where are we now? First love, summer crush. A romantic interest during the summer months often leads to a bittersweet ending or a lasting impact. Which do you prefer to read? How does the age of the characters affect this opinion? I'm not a great reader of romance, but I do like a nice coming of age story, and often they do involve romance. I sort of probably prefer it when they're bittersweet. And one of my very favourite is François Sagan's Bonjour Tristesse. I also very much enjoyed A Certain Smile by the same author. And these are very summer. These are very summer and quite bittersweet. They're also very short, but I love them both. So I think I'd go for that. What book or books instill in you an overwhelming sense of summer nostalgia? I think To Kill a Mockingbird, which is one of my all-time favourite books. I just remember reading it. It is about, I mean, the time period during which it's set is longer than summer, but there's a lot that is summery or set in summer about it. Also this, A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. This is set over a summer, and it's written from the perspective of someone looking back at what they thought was an idyllic summer. So yeah, maybe those two. Both of which are wonderful reads. Everybody should read them. Everybody should read those 2 books. Where are we? Number 9, summer stories. What is a book or books you would recommend where summertime is the primary focus? For that, I've gone for The Summer Book by Tove Jansson. Tove Jansson is most famous, I guess, for writing the Moomin stories, children's books. I love the Moomin stories. I have Moomins. I have lots of Moomins. I have a whole set of Moomins in the house. I have Moomin badges on my handbag. I have a Moomin purse. But I also love Toby Anson's stories for adults. There's a winter book. There are a number of volumes of short stories, and her prose is simple and elegant and very poignant. She gets under my skin. Her characters get under my skin. And a lot of these are set in little islands off the coast of Sweden, where she in fact spent summers. And this is a collection of variety of short stories. Most of them are very short. There's pictures in here as well of the islands where she spent a lot of her summers. There's the little house that she stayed in, and I believe that's her and her grandmother. But they're just, it's just a lovely, lovely read. And it spells summer to me. It says it on the front. I mean, yeah, it's brilliant. Don't forget to tag your Booktube friends, it says. Now, going through this list of people that Pat has tagged, I think I'm just going to say, if you're watching this, you like this tag, spread it far and wide, do it yourself. I'm not going to name anyone in particular because most of the people I would think of are in Pat's list. So if you enjoy this tag, do it. And I'd look forward to hearing your responses. Thank you very much to Duane at the Reading Room 1972 for this tag, which I thought was great fun. And thank you to Pat for tagging me. I shall speak to you again probably tomorrow with another tag video because I've got to clear some off my list. So thank you for watching. Have a lovely week, and I shall speak to you very soon. Bye for now.